Have you ever noticed how some things in Europe just feel older? And I don't just mean the ancient castles or cobblestone streets. I'm talking about a deeper, more ingrained sense of time. While much of the world is sprinting, chasing the next quarterly report, the next viral trend, Europe seems to be on a different clock altogether. It's a clock that doesn't just tick in seconds, but in seasons, generations, and even centuries. This isn't about being slow for the sake of it. It's about a fundamentally different philosophy. Europe doesn't just plan for the next quarter. It optimizes for the next decade, the next generation. It's a long game, and understanding it can change how you see everything. Let's start with a simple observation. In many parts of the world, if your phone breaks, what's the first thought? Time for an upgrade. If your toaster gives up, you toss it and buy a new one for 20 bucks. This cycle of use and replace feels normal, almost necessary to keep up. But in many corners of Europe, there's a powerful countercurrent, the repair culture. Walk through cities like Berlin or Amsterdam, and you'll find repair cafes. These are community gatherings where people bring their broken electronics, their torn clothes, their wobbly furniture, and volunteers help them fix it. For free, this isn't just about saving money. It's a statement. It's a belief that things have value beyond their initial purchase price. An object isn't just a disposable commodity. It's something that holds stories, something that's worth the effort to mend. This mindset extends to laws as well. France introduced a reparability index in 2021. When you buy a new smartphone or a washing machine, it comes with a score from 1 to 10, telling you how easy it is to repair. This forces manufacturers to think beyond just selling a new unit. They have to design for longevity. This is Europe's long-term thinking in action. It's about preserving resources, respecting craftsmanship, and rejecting the cult of the new. It's a quiet revolution against planned obsolescence, a fight to give our belongings a longer, more meaningful life. This idea of extending life cycles naturally flows into a much bigger concept, the circular economy. It sounds like a business buzzword, but in Europe, it's becoming a tangible reality. The goal is simple but radical: eliminate waste. Instead of the traditional take, make, dispose model, the circular economy is about designing products and systems where resources are constantly reused, recycled, and repurposed. Think of it like a forest, where a fallen tree decomposes and provides nutrients for new growth. Nothing is wasted. Cities are at the forefront of this. Take Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia. It was named Europe's Green Capital and has one of the most effective waste management systems in the world. They've embraced a zero-waste strategy, collecting organic waste door to door and turning it into high-quality compost. They've installed public drinking fountains to reduce plastic bottle use. It's a city designed to be a closed loop. Or look at the Netherlands, a country that has set a national goal to be fully circular by 2050. They're pioneering business models where you do end by a light bulb. You lease the service of light. The company retains ownership of the materials and is responsible for their reuse. This fundamentally changes the incentive. The goal is no longer to sell as many units as possible, but to make them last as long and as efficiently as possible. This isn't just an environmental trend, it's a profound economic and cultural shift. It's sustainability not as a buzzword, but as a core operating principle. It's a commitment to building a world that can sustain itself for generations to come, not just for the next fiscal year. This different rhythm of life is perhaps most famously expressed in Europe's relationship with food. In the 1980s, when fast food chains began their global conquest, a movement was born in Italy in protest. It was called slow food. The name says it all. It was a stand against the homogenization of flavor, a defense of local culinary traditions, and a celebration of the pleasure of a good meal shared with good company. Slow food is about more than just eating slowly. It's about understanding where your food comes from. It's about supporting local farmers, preserving biodiversity in crops, and recognizing that food is culture. It's the difference between grabbing a burger in your car and spending a Sunday afternoon at a long family lunch with multiple courses unfolding over hours of conversation. It's the vibrant farmers markets you find in every French town where you talk to the person who grew your tomatoes. It's the Spanish tradition of sobremesa, the art of lingering at the table to talk long after the meal is over. This philosophy has spilled out of the kitchen and into the streets, giving rise to the slow cities movement, or city slow. These are towns that have decided to intentionally lower the pace of life. They prioritize green spaces over parking lots, pedestrian zones over highways, and local artisans over big box stores. They are designing for human connection and well-being, not just for efficiency and speed. Visiting a place like Orvieto in Italy, one of the founding slow cities, you feel it immediately. The air is calmer, people stroll, they stop to chat. There's a sense that life is meant to be savored, not rushed through. So what ties all of this together? The repair cafes, the circular economies, the slow food, and slow cities? It's this deep, cultural understanding that the best things in life take time. A well-crafted chair, a delicious meal, a strong community, a healthy planet, none of these can be rushed. This perspective is woven into the very fabric of European society. Think about the value placed on craftsmanship. A family-run Italian leather workshop that has passed its skills down through generations isn't thinking about quarterly growth, they're thinking about their legacy. They are stewards of a tradition. Think about urban planning. Many European cities have fiercely protected their historic centers, choosing preservation over demolition and redevelopment. They see their cities not as blank slates to be constantly rebuilt, but as living organisms that carry the past into the future. This long-term view creates a different kind of wealth. It's not always the explosive growth you see on a stock chart. It's a more resilient, more sustainable prosperity. It's the wealth of clean air, strong communities, rich traditions, and a sense of belonging. It's the understanding that we are not the final owners of this planet, but merely temporary custodians. Our job is to pass it on to the next generation in better shape than we found it. Of course, Europe isn't a monolith, and it's not a perfect utopia. The pressures of globalization and the 24/7 digital world are felt there just as much as anywhere else. But what's remarkable is the strength of this cultural counter-narrative. It's a constant, gentle pull towards a more sustainable, more deliberate, and ultimately, more human way of living. It challenges us to ask some fundamental questions. What are we rushing towards, and what are we losing in our hurry? Maybe the greatest lesson Europe can offer is that true progress isn't about moving faster. It's about moving in the right direction, with intention and care. It's about building things that last. Whether it's fixing a broken lamp, savoring a meal, or designing a city for people, it's all part of the same philosophy, optimizing not for the quarter, but for the centuries. It's a slower, deeper, and more sustainable relationship with time itself. What do you think? Have you experienced this different sense of time in Europe or elsewhere? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into the ideas that shape our world.